Bosh! Welcome to Chef It Success Stories. Chef, this is where we tell the journeys and the stories of every chef that's come into this group, into this program, into this tribe, and made life-changing transformations. And today is no different. What we've got on the cards is my man Pobg, who you can remember, you might recognize from the Chef It podcast. And funnily enough, we don't have a podcaster today. We're actually talking about Peter and what he's been able to do. Mental
Finally.
stuff. Yeah, exactly. It's been a while. We did this over a year ago. Well over a year ago. I think it was the start of September 2018. It was ages ago we did Peter's one. But Jesus Christ, if we look back at the results that we got then, we thought that was amazing. And we fast forwarded to now, different human being, different kettle.
Different person standing in front of us all.
Totally. So first things first, like Peter, I just want to backtrack a good bit, man. Take me back to before Chef It. It might be very difficult to remember this now. Try and remember the first, the phone call that you made with me. Remember that conversation and try and think about what Peter was at, where was he physically and where was he mentally coming into that phone call. What made you pick it up and go for it?
I think just before the phone call, the best way to describe where I was and how I was would be lost. So I was stuck in this kind of loop of trying to find work-life balance. And I was very tired and I was very, very overweight. And I didn't know where I was going. And I thought I was doing the right thing. And there was lots of things. I was also kind of blind to the way I was at the time, even for the reasons that I joined Chef It weren't even clear at the time. They're much clearer now, and it's much different now. But at the time, when I say lost, I mean I had left the restaurant trade, but I still didn't find balance for myself. I'd gotten the hours back into my life, but I wasn't doing the right things with them. And I'd actually gotten into worse state physically than when I was working in the restaurants.
Totally. What do you put that down to? What was you think about, right, Peter, it obviously worked at the top level in Dublin. He'd worked in crazy places. So you left that life, but what followed you? What did you keep from the old days in the restaurants that you couldn't shake?
I kept all the habits that I didn't know I had. All the eating habits, the sleeping habits. I had all my evenings off, but I was still only getting 4.5, 5 hours sleep a night max. I was still snacking all the time. So the habit is a habit, so it is what it is. And my habit was snacking when I was in work, or picking and grazing like a cow, not having any meal bigger than a small little nose bag of a curry or a nasi goreng kind of thing. And that carried on when I finished working in the restaurants and I was working the daytime hours. You know what I mean?
Totally. So as you then were in that position and we moved that forward and we had a mad phone call, and I think it was an exciting moment for both of us. And I think you were the thought of, right, I'm gonna do this thing. It's specifically for chefs. There's a group of us there. Taking that forward, what was the first couple of months of Chef It like for you?
It was very exciting. It was very high tempo. Everything was new. It was all learning. It was all consumption. It was me evolving month by month. But I didn't see where I was going. I still don't see where I am going, but it's not gone in the direction that I thought it was going to go. And every couple of months I look back and I was like, well, I wasn't even expecting where I am now.
Yeah, totally.
And especially as well within the tribe, my own place within the tribe. I was there at the very, very start when you explained what the tribe was, and it was all about challenging ourselves and, being together and encouraging. And the way the tribe moves now is one, as it gets bigger and bigger and stronger, and you get more big characters, because there wasn't many other big characters inside the tribe when we started off. So now when you look back on the last 2 months, you go, Jesus Christ, I wasn't even expecting this is what is at to happen,
Yeah.
And now I have a leadership role within the group. I am evolving again. and it's after taking another path, another turn in another completely different direction. Do you know what I mean?
Well, let's before we even dive into that, like let's say for someone who, let's say for a chef who doesn't really understand what we mean by tribe and is kind of looking at something like chef at like what the fuck, what is that? Is it like just going to the gym? Is it just coaching? Like what it like if you had to describe what the tribe was, how would you go about it?
I find myself having to describe what the tribe is a lot, and the way the easiest way, and it's still not even an easy way to describe it for people from the outside, is
Yeah.
it's collective accountability.
Hmm.
So we are all there. It's almost like you have hundreds and hundreds of gym buddies that are always there all the time, and it's all support, 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 encouragement, 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 and challenge, challenge, challenge. So there's no you can't let yourself go, and you can't let other people go.
Hmm. Big time. There we go. In a nutshell. And I think when you look at the tribe and it's perfectly described. It's like having, it's like it. Well, it's not like having friends. It's having friends.
It literally is.
You know what I mean? Who, on a daily basis, who are encouraging you, you're motivating each other, you're pushing each other to do more, and you're holding each other accountable if you fall off track. And
There's people in the
Peter's,
tribe that I will know for the rest of my life. The people that in the tribe that I meet up with every Saturday. There's people in the tribe that I speak with every single day. I
yeah,
spend more time. Like I don't. I don't. I don't. I like. I don't go on Facebook anymore. For example, I go on Workplace. I mean,
that's
I
all right.
hardly speak.
Yeah.
I hardly speak to my mates outside of Sheffield.
Yeah.
Because they don't know.
What's
They
going
don't
on?
know what's going on, what we're going through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, I got a cat the other day, and I've got pictures of that cat that I'm not putting on Facebook. And I was going to put my Workplace. Right here, lads, look at me, little cat. Because this is now my family.
Yeah.
I mean, these are my brothers. These are my friends. That's how it's working.
100%, 100%. And we think about within that family environment and that tribe environment, what was, first off, man, and try and divulge it, like what were the results of you doing Chef Fit? If you fast forward 1 year, like what are we, 13 months in? I think we recently celebrated 1 year of Chef Fit. So like 13 months later, where are we at? What did we achieve?
Jesus Christ, I'm addicted to lifting weights. I eat clean all the time. I run fast all the time. It's a 24/7 type thing. It's a whole new lifestyle.
Mm,
It's gone and it's gone exponentially higher than anything that I could have imagined that was going to happen at the start. Started off as a fitness challenge that was going to lead into a group, and now it's everything.
totally. 100%. And like, that's not even, you think about how Peter, it's very difficult to think about the physical changes because it's been happening over a long period of time because you've been so committed for a long period of time. So like from a physical standpoint, where did you start in terms of like, okay, cool. What weight were we even in the gym lifting weights? What were we even exercising? Like, were we active? And then like, if you try and contrast that to now where you're absolutely fucking drilling it and it's your life, like what is the contrast there for you?
So the contrast before I joined Sheffield, I thought that I was good and active and fit and healthy because I was cycling all the time. I know I was cycling a lot. I do cycle all the time.
Yeah.
But I had kind of started doing a thing called Park Run, where it's this local 5K thing that you do every Saturday morning. Now that's part of my addiction, is getting my times down, running faster. As far as lifting weights is concerned, first of all, I didn't know how to do it properly. I didn't know how to lift up. I didn't know how to lift weights. Let's put it that way. Whenever I was in the gym before, when I had a membership in gyms, I was using machines and just doing this and then pushing this thing here and going, oh, this is great. Like, you know what I mean? And now, like the way you're teaching us, rather than us using machines, you're building machines. You know what I mean? So there is now everything is done. It's the way it's laid out is great because we learn how to do the techniques first. Then you learn how to do them properly, and then build up the weights, and then we take away the training wheels, and then you start lifting them up, and then with each stage of the game, then there is this eureka moment where you go, holy shit, did I just fucking lift that up?
Yeah.
Did I just lift that up off the ground? No
Big
way.
time. Yeah.
And then last week or the week before on the Friday, which is the deadlift day, I went and I attempted to lift double my weight up off the ground, and it didn't come up. I tried to lift it, not coming up. Took it down by 10 kilos, and it sailed up. And I was like, this is unbelievable. This is
Mad.
190% of my body weight. I'm able to lift it off the ground now. And when
Yeah.
people look, if I show people a video, they're like, oh my God, looks like you're going to hurt yourself. I said, I would have thought the same thing a year ago. That if I was going to try and lift this up, not even that weight, but the weight that I would have been able to lift a year ago, I wouldn't have had the confidence to do that.
Oh,
And I wouldn't have the confidence. In order for me to evolve lifting weights, is for me to know when I can add more weights onto the bar, lift it, and it's hard to lift, but I know that I'm doing it properly and I'm not going to hurt myself. So once that started, that's when I got really I was like, right, now what's next? You know, which lift am I doing next? And then with the running, I was trying for over a year to get it under 25 minutes. Now I do it under 24 minutes every single time. Even if I have a bad run, it's under 24 minutes. The people that I run with, they're chasing me. I'm chasing them. The people that I'm lifting with, they're chasing me. I'm chasing them. That's that collective accountability, and that's my evolution when it comes to running, when it comes to training, when it comes to eating right, when it comes to sleeping, when it comes to my routines, how I handle myself in pressure situations or in, you know, places where I would have blown up and had an argument before. That's all gone, and it's a new, calm, strong, leaner, faster, cleaner me.
Say no more. Big time. You know, says it all, really. If you think about what made this work, if you think about what made this stick long term, what would you put it down to that maybe you wouldn't find elsewhere outside ShefFit?
Obviously, first and foremost, don't want to toot your own horn, but definitely what you've done and how you've worked with me and how you put the time and effort into me from day one. But it's the tribe more than anything else that makes it work. You know what I mean? Every single day, it's a tribal situation. Every challenge. Another thing that makes it work is keeping it fresh. There's nothing. We're not repeating anything. We've got a month of this, right? Bang, that's gone. Next month, we've got a new training schedule, new challenge, new lifts. You know, getting into different squirrely situations all the time, and then just trying to push myself in order to stay ahead of the people that are just behind me, and for me to catch the people that are just ahead of me.
Big time. Boom. There we go. And if you think about, like, it probably goes without saying, but if you think about chefs that might have been in that position, you know, before you started, where, you know, they're fucking lost all over the place physically, not in a great space mentally, and they're looking at it, and there's obviously going to be skepticism. And maybe when you joined ShefFit, you didn't really know what you were getting yourself in for. Now that we've kind of built out what we do and what we deliver for people, like, what is your advice to the chefs who haven't made the jump, who aren't, you know, are still kind of unsure and sitting on the fence? What is your thoughts for them?
My advice is always the same: commit. Make the decision and commit to it. If you're in, you're in. 2 feet in, go for it all the way. And then as soon as you've committed, my advice is always the same: put the work in. As simple as that. You put the work in, you'll get the results. What you put into the tribe, you get out of the tribe. Commit, put the work in. Simple as that.
And that's my message as well, is commit and put the work in. No matter what you do, ShefFit is your best chance if you're a chef of fucking making a serious change in your life. But really, those two fundamentals, make the commitment and then follow up by doing a shitload of work, and you will achieve anything. If you're in the right environment, surrounded by the right people, pushing towards the right goal, which is what ShefFit delivers, then you can take things to an exponential level, which is what Peter's been able to do, which is what Alan's been able to do, and Andy's been able to do, and a lot of these chefs who are who have achieved incredible things within here. So that is our success story for today. Hope you all enjoyed the video. If you are interested in joining the ShefFit Elite alongside Peter and myself, get involved, fill out the application, come in, join us, and I will see you on the other side. Peter, thanks a million, bro.
Thanks. Thanks a lot,
Chefs,
Cam.
stay safe, be good.